It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Back. Two. Check your hot read.
Check four.
All right, now here we go. Up to high.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Cousins. Forced out to, and right away, he lost the football. And the Redskins scoop it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So it should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
45 for Mike. Hey, good. Pick it up, D. Echo. 45, Mike, 45.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Complete. Richardson has it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
51, Mike 51. Hey, Mike 51.
On 3rd and goal, Haskins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this one is right through. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive with a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. A gain of 3, second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
It's going to be a long day, offense.
Hey, 382, last 50.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check, 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 check.
2.
Cousins. Got it open man. It's Foster. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First carry for Peyton Barber. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Quick throw going to be caught by Foster. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
It's a gain of 2. That's good for the Buccaneers. First down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
56. Got to do better.
Done.
Come on, QB, come on. Switch.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Call that a gain of 11. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Jahan, 180.
Nice, sweetheart.
Quaker Omaha.
36. Shift. Watch the shift. Watch out.
Rhino.
Rush in.
Jones. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Watch Twitch. Watch Twitch. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. I know he ain't got it.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Haskins. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Check 45 the mic. Check 45 the mic. You don't want that. Pick up the ball.
Haskins on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
At their own 46-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football. They've got a 3rd down and a yard to start things out.
Let's go defense. Let's go defense. You go time. You got You got time right there. 56 the mic, boy.
Hey, Echo.
56. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, huh? 56. Mike, 56 right there.
Gun.
56. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Hot.
From the gun, here's Cousins. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
The 42-yard line.
Ready?
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins caught by Jones. It's a gain of 5. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
First.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Ryan Kerrigan, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Now Haskins to throw it. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 17-yard line.
Jim.
And he's got some space here. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A huge play there for Washington. Now Haskins on 1st down. That's complete to his running back, Grant. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Corey Grant, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Redskins are going to retake the lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Fielded about a yard. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. So give 2 points to the defense. They were in hot pursuit there, and in the end, they force him out of bounds.
You just wondered how he was going to get out of this one, Brandon. We saw him painting himself into a corner, and finally has nowhere to go but out the side of the end zone.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
25, check 25, check 22. 45
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no
yardage. Okay.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Under 10. 10. Lucky. Check 24. Check 24.
Third down. Here's Haskins. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, second and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Throwing, Cousins. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. Now Jones. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Check 31. Yellow.
Now Cousins. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And he fires one that's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Joker.
And some room to roam now. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
45. Mike, 45. Check.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Haskins. He's going to walk. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late 2nd quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You've got to try and get a first down and run out this first half.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot, and that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
Cousins now. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
A second down throw for Cousins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Cousins. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On second down, it's Grant. He'll have a 1st down past the 40, and he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's a gain of 23 yards. 1st down, Washington.
On 1st down, it's Haskins. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Here's Haskins to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
On second and goal, Haskins. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So backed up to the 6 now. 3rd and goal.
51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. Cut. Go, Mike 51. Mike 51. Hey, it's coming up. Hey, let's go. It's coming crowd. Hey, watch the screen.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know in the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Gun.
Smooth.
First.
Check safety.
Hey, flipper.
A first down throw for Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Montez Sweat make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Matchbox lights.
Check 26.
Now Cousins hands to Jones. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Obi Melifonwu with the tackle.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, Foxtrot.
I'm coming after you.
Play action now. Cousins. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point kicker. Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They will run with Graham. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check 99.
Second down, Haskins. Throw left side, complete. It's Hodges. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On third down, Grant. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They have more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now this one complete to Robert Foster. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
Hey, no, easy.
First down. First
Bravo.
and 10 at the 34.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and on the season now that is 9 sacks for him. Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the fourth quarter. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
You better be, hey, Charlie, you better be afraid of me. Check Mike 99.
To throw, Cousins. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Here's Cousins, and he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Second and 11 at the 21-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. Now Haskins to throw on second down. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
On third down, Haskins looking deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would because if they were confident enough to do it.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Ryan Kerrigan in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Hey, we're good.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Push him back.
Wide.
Push him back. Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch. Check the
To throw is Cousins. He sets to fire deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Bucs on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be third and 19.
Hey, wahoo! Lynch 50.
Showing it.
Hey, steamer. Hey, zoom.
Too little, duck. Check Mike, 99.
Gun.
Here we go.
Here we go, bring the energy.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
47 is the mic. 6 man. Check curls.
Hey, flipper.
Check 43. Check.
Ringo.
Crunch. Big dad.
Hey, steamer. Gun.
Check 3.
Cousins to throw for it on fourth. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. And Foster loses the football. It's out. And the Redskins scoop it. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Following the turnover, it's Haskins. He's going to take a shot for the end. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. A.J. Green, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Cousins. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And that'll set him back 5. Now they face a 3rd and 15 here following the delay of game.
Hey, 382, last 50. Hey, yo. Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Here we go.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
First. Check. Hey, exit. Tackle. Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. So don't say nothing. Hey, check Mike.
Now Cousins on 4th down. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Bruce Arians takes a shot there, but his guys come up empty. Thank goodness, that means this next drive is going to begin 1st and goal already at the 5-yard line. Geis, they'll try to run it. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. They come up in an offset eye. The Redskins on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
Mike 51. Here we go.
On 3rd and goal, Haskins to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Blake Martinez, the linebacker, was there in coverage to disrupt.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding third and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Bucs take over first and 10.
Get ready.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins dancing to his left. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. And that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep.
On 1st down, it's Grant. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now the 2nd down throw on target, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. To the air again, it's Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally, because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
Move. You got 3 down. Mike.
Good route here.
Mike 50.
Move.
On 3rd down, Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
4th down, Cousins. Open man here is Foster. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Hey, no, easy.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Hey, high 7.
56. Mike, 56 right there.
Cousins on 1st down. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Robert Foster, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch the pass.
Gun. 6 through. 6 guys. Check. Line out. Kill. Undercrush.
Cousins again. On the move to his left. Now a desperation throw. This is caught inside the 15. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this will be recovered by the Redskins, and that should just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
51 to Mike. Watch him. Tighten up.
Haskins going to try to throw it. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A.J. Green. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time."
And that's caught inside the 30. Now another timeout called for by the offense. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Washington, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.